Dude, I am so happy because I'm finally caught up on these videos. Today's Wednesday, November 3rd, 2021, and I'm actually recording this on Wednesday, November 3rd, 2021. It's been a grind getting up to this point because it takes so damn long to make a good video. Well, no, not really, but I'm happy to be here. So, let's talk about how today went. Well, it started off great because I got to eat some enchiladas for breakfast. There was more leftover enchiladas. I don't know why nobody else in the house is eating them because they're bomb, so I just ate them for breakfast. For some reason, I hate the typical breakfast food sometimes. When I wake up, my stomach feels weird. It's like craving dinner food. That's why I can wake up and eat pizza or Chinese food or a steak dinner instead of like bacon or eggs or pancakes. Then as the day goes on, it kind of flips. Once it starts to get to nighttime, I'm craving like a waffle, you know? Maybe there's like a weird connection between enchiladas and the post office because as soon as I was done eating the enchiladas, I went to the warehouse to package orders to bring to the post office. I went to the post office, dropped them all off. Something weird happened at the post office though, because as soon as I showed up, the post office clerk, the Indian guy who I've seen a bunch of times, he asked me if I want my box back, and I say sure, but it's a heavy box, watch out. He grabs the whole box like a macho man, Arnold Schwarzenegger, brings it to this collection bin, dumps it all in there. Meanwhile, his glasses get hit by the box flap and they almost fall off his face, making him look like a fool and make me laugh at the same time. But he gives me the box back and he does some weird reaction like, whoa! In reaction to the glasses falling off his face, I give another little chuckle to make him feel good, but in reality, I was really laughing hard inside. And then it was time for me to head back to the warehouse. John offered to help at the warehouse today after class, so as soon as I get back from the post office, he's actually already pulled into the parking lot at the warehouse. We walk in together and I tell him what he's gonna do today. He's gonna be doing eBay listings, some bulk eBay listings. So that's what he gets to work to, and that's what he spends 4 hours doing from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Some of the stuff he has listed has already sold, which is a great sign. While John's doing the eBay stuff, I'm doing the Amazon stuff. I've been getting a lot of FBA inventory that's been there too long sent back to me, so when it comes back, I list it merchant fulfilled or as bookstore listings so people could come in and buy them. There's some high value stuff. It's slower selling stuff, that's why it can't be an FBA, but it's higher value for the bookstore, which is great. I get those on the shelves. I also get some other piles onto the shelves. I clear out some space so there's more room on the ground now. I'm supposed to be getting a shipment, not this weekend, but the weekend after, 300 boxes, so I want to prepare for that. While John and I do work, we don't usually talk because there's too much going on to focus on, so instead we throw on a podcast. It's the usual Mr. Ben Shapiro. Mr. Ben Shapiro is ecstatic as much as I am because there's a big Virginia governor race going on, and the Republican guy, I think his name is Youngkin, defeats the incumbent Democrat, makes him look like a fool. It goes to show where our country's leaning right now. People are sick of the liberal media, the critical race theory, so they prefer some Republicans who have some common sense about what's going on in this world. On top of all this political news, yesterday was the town elections for the town council and other BOE stuff in Southington, and it was a Republican sweep. Dad was ecstatic as much as I am because Dad's big in the Republican town council. He knows everybody there. He gets involved as much as he can. He's a big voice on social media as well. So all the Republican candidates won, which goes to show where Southington leans as well. The only thing that was weird was that the $16.9 million budget for the library got approved. People want a new library, I guess. I don't really care, even though I'm in the book business. I was kind of hoping the library would like get shut down. That way they're looking to get rid of the books and I could have them. That's a little bit cruel, but you gotta be selfish sometimes in business. When's the last time I've been to the library for an actual book to read? Probably like since I've been 10. And I think the same thing is happening to most people my age. People don't go to libraries anymore. They just buy the damn books. So if you've been wondering where I stand politically, that's where I am. I'm happy to say that I'm a Republican, I'm a conservative. I don't care what you think about me that way. I think it's way more common sense. I'm basically down to the thought that if you work hard for yourself, you will reap the benefits. You shouldn't expect other people to work for you. Just like mind your own business, do your own thing, you'll make money, you'll live a good life, you won't commit crimes. And as for people who commit crimes, I think they deserve the full punishment. If it's a mistake, like maybe I get it. But if you're like reckless and you're killing people, shooting people, like, you deserve the full punishment. I don't think you can recover from that. I fully believe that people don't change. It takes a lot to change somebody. And many people aren't motivated to change. They're just gonna be the way they are. A lot of it's just habit. It's impossible to change a habit sometimes. That's why it's so dang hard for alcoholics to stop drinking. They do it, but it takes a lot of work. Woo! I hope you like listening to that. Josh Grooms at one point knocks on my door and him and I talk. We both got the idea that we want to try a donation bin in town, which is one of those big metal bins that goes in a parking lot and people throw their stuff inside to be donated. So Josh and I have been thinking about splitting it, and that way he could take shoes that are donated, I could take books, and then the rest we could put in the Gaylord and wholesale it to somebody else. I think it's a pretty good idea. So Josh told me that in Bristol, specifically where the warehouse is, you have to submit an application to the town of Bristol to get approval, and then you have to later figure out with a private landowner if you could put the thing in their lot. So it's going to be a lot of work, but I think it'll pay off. I got to go home and do some research now about it because Josh Groom sent me some links on the topic. So that's what I'm going to do. I also got this to-do list here. Yup, number 1 is doing the research bins. Number 2 is the YouTube video. That's this. Number 3 is checking some photos. Number 4 is ordering more post office envelopes that I could use for shipping. And then I can eat and go to bed. I love having to-do lists. The best thing is crossing something off and then erasing it from your mind. I highly recommend to-do lists for yourself. So that's my tip of the day, a to-do list. Make sure you do your to-do list. Okay, like I said, I'm really happy. Today's video was actually filmed today, so I'm hoping tomorrow's video will actually be filmed tomorrow and so forth. We'll see what happens though. Till then, peace.